Unleash the power of knowledge and connect with the heartbeat of the African diaspora. Download our African Diaspora News Channel app now on Google Play and Apple App Store. Stay informed with authentic and diverse perspectives, breaking news, and cultural insights. Immerse yourself in a community that celebrates unity, resilience, and progress. Experience the vibrancy of the diaspora at your fingertips. Don't miss out. Empower your perspective today. Search African Diaspora News Channel and join the conversation.
My sister explains why it was easy for Africa to be colonized. Watch this clip, we'll come back and discuss.
It was easy to colonize Africa because of our value systems. We were welcoming to visitors. Kindness was also an important virtue in African society. Unfortunately, the values that were held in high regard in African society were the same values that made Europeans view us as naive and inferior. In short, our kindness was taken for weakness. The same thing happened to the Aztecs in South America. After Christopher Columbus's first voyage, he described the natives as so naive, so free with their possessions. When you ask for something, they never say no. To the contrary, they offer to share with anyone. To European imperialists, being kind to one another, let alone strangers, was not a common occurrence. You see, by 1601, the Dutch had already established the first stock exchange in history. This also means that capitalism began to take shape in European society. In essence, it was every person for themselves, may the best businessman win. So when they set foot in Africa and saw people living in harmonious communal societies, we became targets, easy targets. And that's how precious minerals and other resources were siphoned out of Africa to build Europe.
She gave a few reasons, and some of the reasons are value, Africans' value system, how welcoming Africans were, and kindness. That is what got Africans in slavery and colonization. So that made the Europeans think that these Africans are naive and we can take advantage of that. They did not only use that strategy in Africa, but other parts of the world. The native people of that country or those countries were affected because a lot of these cultures were about giving and living together and being kindness and doing what you can for your neighbor. You see them as your family, and that is part of the culture. She is right. Our sister is very right. Africans are very welcoming, and that was used against us, and it still till this day affects us. Even after colonization is long gone, neo-colonization is still alive and well. Even putting that aside, when foreigners are traveling to the continent of Africa, in most African countries, they're welcomed. They are treated like kings and queens because that's part of the culture and that's how we were raised. And that unfortunately got us in trouble. So right now in 2025, looking at history, looking in the past and learning from it, I think we'll benefit from it. It doesn't mean that you have to change yourself, but it also means that you are smarter and you don't make the same mistakes again and again. At the very least, now going forward, even though you don't have to change yourself, you still need to set boundaries. You still need to protect your people and your land, because it happened once, it's going to happen again, because at the end of the day, greedy people will continue to be greedy. It doesn't matter how good of a person or a nation you are, they'll continue to take advantage of you. But when will you say enough is enough? When will you stand up for what is right? And when will you see people for who they truly are? Anyways, fam, let us know down below what your thoughts are about this, what her assessment is when it comes to why Africa was colonized in the first place.